Hey, a few videos ago we talked about two different styles of management when I was discussing the lines of code problem, whether the manager has to pay attention to this metric or not. And I mentioned there that it is important to understand what kind of management you have, whether the management which is proper management, which is strict, which has proper quality control, or you have the management which is absent, when you have the chaos and you don't know what's going on and it's hard to say that you even have some management. And I said that in one case, in the first case, you can use any metric actually, and the lines of code is a good example of a good metric which can be used. In the second case, you cannot use anything because it's only gonna hurt you if you apply metrics to the management which is chaotic. And the good question was asked there under that video: how do you understand what kind of management you have? How do you understand that the quality control is actually under control? So let's say you think that your management is strict and you control the quality of code, control the quality your programmers deliver, but the question is, how do you control the control? How do you know that you have it in place all the time? And maybe today you have this quality control, but in a few months you have less strict control of that quality. So how do you measure that? And I have an answer for you, but first I'm gonna give you all the answers which are wrong. And some people say that if our team has unit tests, then yes, we are under control, the quality is under control. Some people say that we use pull requests for all the changes, and that means we have quality control. Some say we have strict static analysis. Some say that we have regular peer review and we check all the code people write. Some people say we have morning stand-ups every day and we intensively control what people are doing on a daily basis. All of that has nothing to do, in my opinion, with the real management, with the real control of what's going on and the real planning. There is only one indicator of a good management. There's only one thing which can tell you that you either have it or you don't have it. And it's really black and white. It's not anything in the middle. I believe that if you, as a manager, if your team can pay your people for the results they deliver only, then you have a good management. And there is two systems actually for paying people. The first one, the traditional one, you pay them for the time they spend in your project. For months, for an hour, for a year, doesn't matter. You just pay them for being in the project. This is, I'm sure, all of you, not some of you, but not most of you, but all of you who is listening to this video are getting your money by this model. So your customers, no matter who you are, freelancer, full-time worker, no matter where you work, they still pay you for your time. Sometimes they pay you for a month if you're a full-timer, sometimes they pay you for an hour if you're a freelancer. But anyway, they pay you no matter whether you done what you promised or you didn't do what you promised. Maybe sometimes if you're the freelancer and there's a really short amount of work, like a few hours of work, then they're gonna give you the money for that specific work. And if you don't fix the problem, then they're not gonna send you this $20. But that's already corner cases. In most cases, like you're getting your main income, the main stream of income, you most probably get it for the time you spend, not for the results. But if you can imagine the management system where all programmers, everybody, not only programmers, managers, designers, testers, architects, they all get the money for the results they provide. And it means if you start delivering money that way, that's going to be the next question for your management system. How can you measure the results? How can you break down the larger scope of work into smaller elements? How you can decompose the problem into pieces? And if you can do that, that means you have a good management. There's only one thing that indicates that the management, because only a good, professional, strict management, which really can control the quality down to the small piece, can actually be called a good management. You can say, for example, that it's so easy, we're going to pay them by the end of the month if they were working properly during the month or during the week. But see how many people will stay with you for that. It's not going to work. The programmers are going to quit if you tell them that they're not going to get the money by the end of the month if they do not deliver this and that. So you will need to decompose. You will need to break down your larger scope into smaller pieces. If you can do that, that will be an indicator of your professional management, which has all the elements of management, including strict control of quality. And if you can do that, then of course you can put any kind of metrics on top of these pieces of work, because they're going to be small and you're going to deliver money for the small increments of result. And then any metric will apply in lines of code, whatever, you can use any metric. So look at what you have in your company and think, is it possible? You don't have it now, but will it be possible potentially in the future to actually start paying those programmers for the results they deliver? And then you're going to think about what kind of results is this? How can we measure those results? And then you're going to start thinking, how can we break down the work into pieces? And then you're going to start about thinking about proper management. Then you're going to start reading books about management, and then everything will become better and better. You will start improving. So focus on one question: can you pay your people for results instead of for time? And then everything will start to improve in your team. Thanks for listening. Stay tuned. Bye-bye.